Hey, beautiful people. How are you? I hope everything is well. Let me tell you something. It's real out here right now. We're in a triple pandemic, or whatever they call it. I mean, between COVID, the flu, and RSV. Like, I do know someone who actually, well, I don't know them personally, but someone told me a story about a friend of theirs who lost a young child to this more recent virus that kind of affects children. Is very harmful to children. So it's really real out here. And so let's keep everyone in prayer during this very difficult time and during this holiday season, which, it is also seasonal affective disorder, and people go through a time of feeling very depressed because they've lost people. This is the first year that they're without some certain loved ones. And so we need to keep them in prayer and have grace for people. Okay. So always stay humble and stay nice. Be nice. So let's see. I'm also congested. Well, let me say thank you, because that's appropriate, for subscribing to my channel. I actually have 11,000 subscribers, and so I'm so excited. I mean, that's really good given that I don't post all the time. But you guys understand that I'm out there helping people in real life, right? Okay, good. I'm glad. So you understand. So thank you so much. And, it's just, this is time consuming. So I give a shout out to all the content creators, because you guys really do dedicate time to doing this. And I understand the monetization and, you're working for yourself and all that kind of stuff. And so it's a good thing. So thank you so much for motivating me. The other thing is, I really wanted to chime in on the whole, I'm congested. So anyway, but I wanted to chime in on the Master P and Romeo situation. I know that happened like last week, and it's probably old news, but you know what? It keeps coming up. Why? Because I think because of the fact that he aired his dirty. So I'm hearing this. So this is the commentary. And I don't really know Master P like that. And you guys know I've done like hundreds of panels with all kinds of celebrities and notables. And so, but I don't really recall doing anything with Master P. But if I did, like maybe not, I don't know. But hey, Master P, and shout out to you. Anywho, this is not about Master P and Romeo per se. It's about using social media to air dirty laundry. And we know in certain cultures, particularly people of a certain age, like me, those over 35-ish, do not talk about our personal business. Although, let me tell you something. It's funny. Sometimes when I'm looking or scrolling through social media, you do see older people airing a lot of private business, and people like announcing that they broke up or that something happened in their life. And you're saying like, wow, why are you sharing this? Like, I don't remember where they do that at, so I don't really know about that, but it's okay. If it helps you to feel more connected to people and humans and avoid isolation, because we know isolation can also have the impact of almost smoking 15 cigarettes a day. In terms of health outcomes, it can be very negative in terms of your overall health. So it is a good thing to interact with people, but I don't think the research suggests that social media is always the best place. It's really good to have a good support system and people that you can trust in order to have healthy conversation. And that leads me to Romeo and Master P. So I'm not necessarily concerned about what he said. I'm concerned about where he said it, the social media platforms, and why he felt a need to share it on a social media platform. Has the relationship with his dad broken down so bad that he cannot pick up the phone and call his dad and have a conversation? Like, this is really a grown man. Like, Romeo is not a child. He's over 30. He's also been in the business a long time. And he also knows that he, along with his family, has been swimming among the sharks, because there's nothing but sharks in this world for the most part. And you have to be very careful. And of course, John Q. Public is okay with listening and commenting. And I'm sure he probably received thousands of comments with regard to what he shared, because people like to know that other people are struggling with trauma and drama. And so that for me is very unhealthy, and that's very sad, because Black and brown people have it hard enough in terms of building healthy relationships so that they can have stronger communities, so that they can have better outcomes. And the breakdown in communication as an art and a science is very much missing in our community, because like the whole idea of active listening, right? Strength-based communication, where you actually provide healthy feedback and exchange of information and thought. And I also feel like that's your dad. And so to share your trauma and pain with your father and understanding his experience, and I think it's something that Romeo understands to a certain degree, but you can't really put it on Master P. I mean, hey, Master P, when I think about him, I'm thinking about someone who, I don't know when Master P was born, but I'm assuming Romeo's in his 30s, so maybe he's in his 50s or something like that. So you're thinking about people born in the late 60s, early 70s, or whatever. I tell you, these people are 3 generations out of slavery, pretty much, and dealing with this racist society and very much oppressive lifestyle in America can be traumatizing for anyone. I can imagine he went through all sorts of things growing up, because mind you, I can speak for myself. It wasn't easy growing up in East New York, Brooklyn, your dad incarcerated and all that kind of stuff, and trying to make it, right? So I really think that, oops, I'm kind of turning, sorry guys. I really think, and my shirt is, it's this cactus plant, but I really do think that, they need to have this conversation, because the generational trauma that we go through is real. And I think it's helpful for all of us to have these kinds of conversations so that we can be stronger in how we approach our life, right? And how we kind of work through life. And so the hope is that this, I don't know, the exchange that Romeo and his dad had online had a positive effect in terms of getting them to have a conversation, because at the end of the day, it's about the legacy that Master P is leaving behind. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I watched the documentary and I was quite impressed from his rags to riches kind of experience. And we don't know the number of death threats or what he had to go through in order to just make it. And I mean, Romeo's not his only child. He just lost another adult child to suicide. May she rest in peace. And so there was, I'm sure, issues that were going on with her throughout her life that he was trying to manage, perhaps. He's also, divorced, and divorce is hard on anyone. That's not easy. So if you've never been married, please don't chime in here, because it is a very tough thing to deal with. And also having multiple children. So I don't know, I don't think it was just Romeo and sister. I believe there was maybe a half dozen children. I don't know. But to be the breadwinner in a family and people relying on you for healthcare, food, clothing, shelter, extracurricular activities. I mean, this all costs a lot of money. So I don't know what's going on with Master P's financial situation, or what Romeo was speaking about in terms of feeling, sort of ripped off, if you will, because, Master P paid his taxes. But I can tell you, everyone has a struggle and a story, and it's definitely not easy. And it's important for Romeo to understand the complexity of being who he is in America. The other thing is, they're both grown men. Romeo is in his mid-30s, his dad mid-50s, maybe 60. I don't know. But the life expectancy for Black men is unfortunately low, and it's not on the better outcomes of mortality. It's it's between 50 and 60 years old, right? 1 in 8 Black men or Black people passed away from COVID. So it's a definitely difficult situation to be in. So try to work it out. Try to understand where everyone is coming from. And if it's about money, trust me, money comes and goes. And we as people of color have committed our life, blood, sweat, and tears to this country, and we still haven't gotten reparations. So you talk about taxes, like there's a lot of taxes owed to us all over the place, and we are double and triple and quadruple taxed for everything, and we're expected to compete in a society where we don't necessarily have a 400-year advantage. So I want to say thank you for listening and thank you for watching. And remember, if you have trouble communicating with your family, and that includes Master P and Romeo, you can always ask Dr. Lisa. My information is in the bio. And Master P, I'm also here for you if you need me. You've gone through a lot, and your story is impressive. And whatever is going on between you and your son, hopefully things can work itself out. And that's it for tonight, and I'm over and out. Bye, guys, and have a happy and healthy end of year season. Take care. Bye-bye.